everyone. I hope that you and your loved ones, everyone is doing great. And thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and commenting on my videos. We are really close to 200 now. So, thank you so much. And this is the part 2 on cervical spondylosis. In the part 1, I discussed about what is cervical spondylosis and what are its causes. If you haven't yet seen it, it will be right up here and link will be in the description. So don't forget to check that out. And in this video, I will be discussing about all the easy exercises that you can do at home if you have cervical spondylosis. But the disclaimer that do not self-diagnose this, consult your doctor or physiotherapist before starting any of these exercises. And yeah, let's get started. So here are some easy exercises that you can do if you have cervical spondylosis. The first kind of exercises that we are going to do is simple neck mobility exercises. Now a lot of times, due to keeping your neck in the same position for longer times, your neck gets stiff. That causes neck pain, hence cervical spondylosis. So these are simple neck mobility exercises that you should do. Even if you do not have cervical spondylosis, these are some exercises that you should do daily. So let's start really simple. First of all, move your neck in the forward direction. Then backward, side to side, and rotation. Do this for 3 to 4 times before starting any neck exercise. Then the second kind of exercises after doing the warm-up are isometric neck exercises. In this, we do not really move our neck in any direction, but we have to cause muscle contraction. How? I will teach you. But make sure that while you are giving resistance, it is not more than 50%. You do not have to give excessive resistance that causes you pain. Also, while doing any of these exercises, if you feel pain or discomfort, just stop right away. Okay. So the first one is put your hand on your head like this. You have to push your head in this direction, okay, like this, but you do not have to move your head. Okay, so I'm pushing my head, but I'm also providing another force by my hand like this. So my neck is not moving, but my muscles are contracting, as you can see here, because I'm providing this opposite force. Remember, do not do something like this. You do not have to provide more than 50% force. It should always be less than that. Okay? Hold for 2 to 5 seconds and then release. If you feel pain while doing this, stop doing it. Okay? And the second one, same way but in the other direction. Push your head, but your neck should not move. So you can see my muscles are contracting. Hold for 2 to 5 seconds and then release. Then putting my head on my forehead. Okay, I will be pushing with my forehead, but my head should not move. Okay, so like this. Hold for 2 to 5 seconds and then release. And the last one, put your hand behind your head like this, behind your head. Okay, push your neck in the backward direction. Hold for 2 to 5 seconds and then release. Make sure you are not overdoing this. The force that you apply should not be more than 50%, and your neck should not be moving, but your muscles should be contracting. Now, the third kind of exercises are some stretching exercises. So first we will be stretching our upper trapezius muscle. Now this muscle goes right from your ears to your shoulder. This muscle usually gets stiff in conditions that involves your neck, which leads to neck pain. So if I am stretching this side of this muscle, so I'll put the same hand behind my back. Remember, the muscle you are stretching, the side you are stretching, the same hand goes behind. With the other hand, I will be pulling my neck in the opposite direction such that I feel the stretch. Hold for 5 seconds and then release. Do not overstretch your neck. If you feel any kind of pain, just stop right away. Now for this side, I will be putting this hand behind, and with the other hand, I will be pulling my neck in the opposite direction. Hold for 5 seconds and then release. Okay, then the next stretch is levator scapulae muscle stretch. In this, if I'm stretching my this side of the muscle, my same hand goes behind like this. With my other hand, I will be pulling my neck in this direction. Okay, you should feel your stretch in the back, in left side. In short, this hand that goes behind the same side, you should feel the stretch. So if I'm stretching this side, this hand goes behind, and with my other hand I will be pulling my neck in this direction. Hold for 2 to 5 seconds and then release. Again, if you feel any kind of pain or discomfort, then discontinue right away. So these were all the exercises that you can do if you have cervical spondylosis, but I would recommend you to go for physiotherapy, consult your doctor before starting these exercises. Also, if you have cervical spondylosis, consider going to a physiotherapist because there are a lot of other manual therapies and equipments that can help you to solve it. Now, how can you prevent it? Yes, it is really easy to prevent it. Make sure that you're always taking care of the posture of your neck while you're working on computers for longer time, sitting for longer time. Choose your chairs which provide proper posture to your neck and your back. Make sure that you're not slouching too much while working. That will definitely lead to neck pain and cervical spondylosis. Also, make sure that you angle your work in such a way that you're looking straight ahead, not too much in the upward or in lower direction. Choose your pillow which is correct in alignment with your body parts. Also, avoid reading while you are in bed. Avoid poor neck posture. And keep exercising your neck muscles so that they can work efficiently always. So yeah, these were some of my tips that can prevent cervical spondylosis. I hope this video was helpful. If yes, then let me know. Also, let me know if you have any other suggestions for my upcoming video. And thank you for watching. Bye.